All right, here we are, Scott Stankowski, Elite Realty Team, Coldwell Bankers of Stevens Point, Wisconsin. I had the fortunate luck of bagging a beautiful wild turkey today. And if you look at some of the other videos that I've put up on the channel, it talks about turkey biology, talk about cleaning a turkey. We never really talk about taking care of the spurs and the beard and the tail for that, for the trophy aspect of it. So I want to go over that today to talk to you primarily about how to take care of that so that you can preserve your trophy forevermore. So let's talk about it. For the turkey beard, everybody likes to keep the turkey beard, know how long the turkey beard is. All you have to do is cut that off where the fat is according to the skin, and then you're gonna need some borax. You can get borax at the grocery store or at Walmart or something like that. You're gonna remove all the feathers from that. You're gonna dip that end into some borax and then let that dry, and that beard is all ready to go. Same thing with the tail. What you're gonna do with the tail is bend it backwards like that, cut it off at the base, get rid of all the meat and tissue off of that, borax that, and then I'll take you through how to set that up right after this. All right, now that you have the legs detached from the body and you can cut the spurs off, I like to take a saw and cut them off. I use my regular bandsaw to do that, and I'll show you how to do that quick. Turn your saw on, go right to the base of that turkey spur. And you don't want to cut at a straight angle, you want to kind of do it at a slight angle. She'll snap here a little bit, just got to be wary of that. Throw that leg away. Bring it around again. Again, get as close to the spur as you possibly can. Cut it, shut the saw blade off. Once that's off, you'll have a nice spur like that. Okay, so now you have your spurs there. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get the skin off. So you're going to take your knife, cut there, flip it over, cut it on the other side, and peel that skin off. And then you're going to take it to a grinder. I'd like to use, I used to use a Dremel, and now I use an actual bench grinder that I use. Half side's a grinder, the other side's a wire wheel, and I use that wire wheel to flesh off the fat and other tissue off of the fan so that I can borax it. I'll take you to that. So I spun this on the wheel just so that you can see the difference between the fat that you want to get off and the finished feathers and the roots of those feathers so that you can get ready to borax it. Right, so here's my grinding wheel. You got to be careful with this. There's no two ways about that. You don't want to be screwing around with this, but this for sure will get all the flesh off of it. I like to hold it at the base of the spur. And it don't matter if you go along the sides here and you just kind of apply some light pressure, get all the tissue off of it. Kind of shape it. And when you're happy with your shapes, set them down, take a good look at them, and then you're going to put some borax on them. And I like to use just the 20 mule team borax. That's the stuff that taxidermists use for birds. Sprinkle some of that down like that. Shut off my grinder there. And all you do is you put them in there. And that's it. Let them dry out. When they're dry, then you can add them to a necklace like this. And got all kinds of variety ones here. You got some jakes and some older birds, and you can see that works out pretty good for a nice necklace. What I like to do is I like to go to a jewelry, homemade jewelry shop like that and get some beads to put in, because that really dresses it up nice and makes it look good and makes those spurs pop out. Then you have your turkey fan sitting like this, right? And one of the hardest things to do is get those feathers in place. And one thing that I've learned over the years of doing this is that you take that and you put it in two hands and you just shake it out. And those feathers will start, when you shake it out like that, those feathers will start to go into place. If you did a good job at this, it's going to be really floppy. You keep shaking it like that until it starts to get in place. You can see those feathers in place like that, and these intermediate feathers, and then the primary feathers in place like that. Then you can start spreading it out. And basically all you're going to do for that is fan it out like you'd see it out in the woods, and start putting the feathers in place. And you can put a weight on top of it like so, and I'll take you back once I have this all spread out. And there you go, you have it all spread out there. One thing to notice about these feathers, the tail fan feathers, is that the way that they lay is that it's feather, this feather lays on top of that one lays on top of that one lays on top of that one. And these next feathers go the opposite direction. You can see this one's got a really chestnut color in here. A lot of them are dark and black. This one's really good. I set a bar on here. That'll dry out for a week. You want to try to get this and this close to as perpendicular or same line as possible. I like to keep it a little bit off because they're never really straight like that, and it's really a struggle to get them perfect like that. But you do this, and then you're all set to do whatever you want to with the fan. I like to use it for decoration as well as out in the woods. I'll use a turkey fan every year. I'll go through 1 or 2 for reaping, and that means sneaking up behind the fan and pretending I'm that turkey fan, and really likes to trick the toms that way. All right, thanks for watching today. Hopefully you learned a couple of tips and tricks for you turkey hunters out there, how to make a beautiful fan and display like this. This is some birds that my wife shot out in Nebraska this spring on a great turkey hunt, and this is something that's going to be a memory for us for the rest of our lives, and is going to look great on the wall. And don't forget, Scott Stankowski, Elite Realty, Coldwell Bankers. Market's going crazy right now. You want to give me a call, I'll come over to your house and we'll see what the value of your house is at, or somebody else on our team. Check us out, Elite Realty, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Thanks for watching.